The Walking Dead Most Interesting Facts. Number 10. As you probably know, the crossbow has been a staple for Daryl since the beginning of the show. He uses the Horn HD 125 and the Striker 380. Did you know that you can buy the Horn HD 125, one of the bows Daryl uses in The Walking Dead, at Walmart for $300? You can use it as a showpiece or use it yourself. Better get some practice in before we know it, the zombie apocalypse is upon us. Number 9. In the 1830s, the settlement at the end of Western and Atlantic Railroad lines were called Terminus because that's where all the railroads that were being built were going to end. In the Inmates episode of The Walking Dead, Tyrese and his group are told about a sanctuary, Terminus, that will provide a safe place. They eventually find a map and a sign reading Sanctuary for All, Community for All, those who arrive survive. Underneath the sign is a map that has a star marking Terminus. Number 8. In The Walking Dead mid-season 4 premiere, Carl locks a walker in the room behind him. He picks up a piece of chalk and writes on the door, "Walker inside, got my shoe and didn't get me." After almost dying 2 times that day, Carl celebrates with a 112-ounce can of chocolate pudding. Chandler Riggs says he absolutely hated pudding after that much. I don't blame him. Thinking of eating that much pudding makes my tummy turn. Poor Carl. Number 7. Andrea dies in season 3. She hooks up with the governor, which wasn't the best idea in the first place. She turns on the group. After she sees how insane she's become, the governor sees it too. He then captures her and locks her in the room where he kills Milton, then leaves him to feast on her when he wakes. She struggles to free herself but gets bit in the process and comes to the rescue, but it's too late. Rick leaves her a gun, then Andrea kills herself with it. Though in the comics, Rick and Andrea are in a relationship, she doesn't end up abandoning the group like she did in the show. She's a strong woman as she is in the show, and she's alongside Rick as second in command. Number 6. Held in the governor's office in issue 28 of the comics, Rick, Michonne, and Glenn get questioned by the governor. The governor thinks that Rick is lying about where him and the gang are living. The governor's bodyguard shoves Rick onto the desk, head down, and tells him, "I always get what I want." Then he cuts off his hand. After that, Michonne jumps on the governor's back and bites his ear. His bodyguard manages to restrain her. After the scene that Negan bashes Glenn and Abe's head in, Rick threatens Negan, "Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm gonna kill you." In this scene, Negan jokes about his right-hand man and that if he doesn't have one, it would be a whole lot of work on his end. Then he drags Rick into the RV after putting Rick's axe in his belt. This is one of the moments from issue 28 of the comics Rick was finally going to get his hand cut off by Negan. Another moment that we finally thought Rick was going to get his hand cut off. Well, cut off his own hand. After having to make a hard choice, either cut off Carl's forearm or everyone else dies, Rick is in agony at this point and says that he will do it. Negan does not.
It can be me. It could be me.
But not yet has this moment come up. He's safe for now. Number 5. Before deciding that they were going to have the gang retreat to the prison, the makers of The Walking Dead were going to get the gang to retreat to the high school instead. They definitely made the better choice to go with the prison. It is a lot more intense than I think it would have been retreating to the high school. Number 4. So throughout the Walking Dead series, every group has a different name for the walkers, as Rick's group has named them, including walkers, lame brains, biters, rotters, lurkers, and roamers. Zombie has never been used in the course of the series so far. Number 3. The name Edwin Jenner, the name of the scientist at the beginning of the series, yep, the guy that tried to firebomb the whole group, was named after the first man to invent the first ever vaccine for the smallpox back in 1798. Edwin Jenner, born May 1749, he was 49 by the time he figured out the cure for the smallpox. Number 2. In Season 2 Bloodletting episode, Beth Green, Emily Kinney, in the show was 16 years old, but in reality she was 25, first starting off in the series. Though I think she does look 16 when she first starts the season, no offense, Kinney. Number 1. In Season 2 episode Better Angels, Rick and Shane get into a fight. In some early script ideas, Shane was going to be the one to make it out alive. Thankfully, that's not how the scene went. What would the show be without Rick Grimes? This is where Rick puts Shane's plan into pieces when Shane kills Randall in the woods and tells him that Randall escaped with a gun. Then they see Randall as a walker, sees struggle, and puts the puzzle together. Shane was luring Rick out there to kill him. Shane tells Rick that he's the better father and how Rick coming back has really messed things up. Shane points a gun at Rick's head. Rick has no choice but to kill him at this point, so he stabs him. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos coming your way.